For this week's lottery numbers, watch Win TV tonight at 11:40.
The program contains scenes of violence and coarse language and is intended for mature adult viewers. It is not suitable for young viewing. Tonight on the CTV Movie. Steve McQueen.
I have a star witness who needs protection. Sam said that you were the man for the job.
Classic action. Classic drama.
You work your side of the street, and I'll work mine.
Classic mystery.
Now, I want to know what's happening, and I want to know now. Let's hear it straight.
Cool cartoon.
Play it by the book from now on.
Look, Chalmers, let's understand each other. I don't like you.
Classic McQueen. Steve McQueen stars in Fuller on the CTV Movie.
A CTV News update. Here is Sandy Ronaldo.
Good evening. Some stories we're following. The end of a Russian hostage drama. The children are safe, but where are the hijackers and where are the millions? When friends fight red tape, Goldhawk fights back to help out. What took so long to get this gravestone? And the call of the ice, a new type of hockey that scores points with the disabled. These stories and more later on the CTV News.
We'd like to ask you some very personal questions. You don't have to answer right now, but hundreds of your neighbors did. Want to know what they said? Watch the CTV McLean's poll and find out. December 27th and 28th on CTV News. E.N.G.
Ann's a complex character. I'd like to see you go to jail, Adam. I really would.
He'd probably like to be a lot more pleasant, but he's kind of forgotten how.
I don't like your attitude.
I don't like your hair.
He's got a high standard of journalism, and he's very tough on his people.
You always do this to me. You open your mouth, you put your feet in it.
E.N.G., the hottest news in town. This is CTV. Join us for the glorious celebration of the Olympic Winter Games. Here is a global news update.
Good evening. Harold Ballard has been declared mentally incompetent by a Toronto District Court judge. Judge Donna Haley brought down her decision today after reviewing reports from doctors and psychiatrists who examined the Toronto Maple Leafs owner in his Miami hospital room. Officials in the Hagersville area say an evacuation order is still in effect around a huge pile of burning tires. Now, earlier today, the town's fire chief said evacuees could go home because cold air was sending smoke from the millions of burning tires straight up. However, the OPP said the chief was out of order and is still advising nearby residents to stay away. And in Ottawa, Soviet Foreign Minister Edward Shevardnadze said today that he can foresee both NATO and the Warsaw Pact playing major roles in a united Germany. And I'll have details on these and other stories at 11 on The World Tonight.
Thursday nights, Global gets happy.
I'm in my happy place.
With some cheery friends.
Drop it, or I'll set your face on fire and beat out the flames with your butt.
Then,
Relax, okay?
with Dear John.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievably funny, right?
Yes!
Next, the Bundys. An average, typical couple.
Ah, no peg on time.
With two lovely kids. So let Global put a little spark into your Thursday night with Cheers, Dear John, and Married with Children Thursday. Saturday nights on Global's Mystery Movie. Each week a different story, a different star. This Saturday, Jacqueline Smith and an all-new Christine Cromwell. When members of the investment firm start turning up dead.
What?
Christine must face the facts. It's multiple murder.
You must be mistaken, Miss Cromwell.
No, I don't think so.
Is it a stranger or someone she knows?
When dealing with murder, one shouldn't overlook anything.
Only the Good Die Young, starring Jacqueline Smith, Ralph Bellamy, and Celeste Holm. Saturday at 9 on Global's Mystery Movie.
I always said if I got my own show,
There was one thing I wanted to do on television.
Well, it's a super day boogie on a TV Wonderland. Super day boogie. Hey, hey, super day boogie. Oh, it's a crashing boogie. Hey, hey, it's super day boogie. Hey, hey, look out.
I just want to continue to look somewhat like a human being.
Look out!
Ooh. Super Dave. Super Dave. Are you all right?
Global's got Super Dave. Thursdays at 10:30.
1982. Benny Parsons breaks the 200-mile-per-hour mark. 1984. Johnny Rutherford is the first driver to reach 215 miles per hour. 1985. Bill Elliott becomes the Winston $1 Million winner. 1987. Alain Prost breaks Jackie Stewart's longtime winning record with his 28th win. If there's a record to be broken, you'll see it on TSN's racing programs. They put you in the driver's seat. Saturday, Heather Houston and her Canadian team are rocking down the house as TSN presents live coverage of the Scott Tournament of Hearts. This is mountain surfing. Catch the excitement of tearing down a slope with the pros of snowboarding. The stadium's full and the fans are ready. We'll bring you all the news on the baseball scene along with the day's highlights on Sports Desk. See the afternoon and evening draws of the Scott Tournament of Hearts. Snowboarding at Sports Desk. Saturday on TSN. Men's tennis at its best. The Stuttgart Classic from West Germany. Sunday, February 25th at 12 Eastern, right here on TSN. It's a march of champions on TSN. The NHL battles here each week on the road to the Stanley Cup. And the men heat the ice at the Labatt Friar. Plus, the NBA rockets to the top. And the nation's top shooters meet at the net. This march sees Dale Earnhardt driving to be #1. And the LPGA's best will be back swinging. There's action from the tennis courts. And college basketball meets for a season-ending thriller. It's a month-long March of Champions on TSN.